Hi, in this video we will try to visually see and compare two periods, first half of a year and second half of a year, and first half of a month and second half of a month. Let us see how we can do that. This is the data model. As you can see, these are the tables which have relationships. We have Fitbit, exercise, heart rate. Those are the three main tables. And we have created calendar table and other tables as well. And on the right, you can see those are the disconnected table, meaning they don't have any relationship with any other tables. This is the report page we are trying to build. As you can see, there is a stacked bar chart, there is slicer and some cards visuals on the top. And on the right, you see there is first half and second half. You can see visually two periods you want to compare within a year. First January to June are on the top, and you see on the below that we have July through December. And these are the various fields which have been passed. And as you can see, there is a calculated column also. We'll come to that later part. And there is another report page. This is by, we try to compare two periods in a month. First half of a month and second half of a month as shown here, highlighted. The left hand side is the first half, and the right hand side part is the second half of the month. So whenever user makes any selections, those things also change. I think this is another way of looking at our data so that visually also the user can see and try to compare two different periods, like by month, earlier what we have seen. And in this within month itself, we can see the first half and second half. Earlier in the first report page, it was based on year, first half of a year and second half of a year. So whenever user is making selections, those things are also changing. And it's pretty easy. Again, we have a calculated column here, semi-month, and this is the calendar table. And as you can see, that is the script. We have to create a calendar table because sometimes we don't have continuous dates in our original data. So by creating a calendar table and creating a relationship in the model, we can try to have a continuous date so that we can use all the DAX functions, which are time intelligence functions, some of them. So we'll do that part, and I've already done that. And this is the script, and we create a calendar table and create a relationship as shown here in the model view. A date column in Fitbits and a calendar table date column. So the first step is we have a month number in our calendar table. So our quarter number and a day of the week number and all. So we will try to create a new calculated column from table view, column tools, new column, and we will try to name it as semi-annual or semester, whatever you want, you can name it. And the whole idea is we are trying to use the month number, and we will try to use a range, and we will try to look up the month number is there, right? So we will try to look up if the month number falls in that range. If so, we will try to save it on first half of the year. And similarly, for the second half of the year, we will use a different range so that we will save those two variables. And in the switch statement, we will grab the desired results based on the values. You get first half of a year and second half of the year. So commit to it. Once we commit, we have the new column ready in our calendar table. As shown on the right side, extreme right, the column. And you have those first half and second half are created in the column. And if you look up and compare them, month, year, and semi-annual semester, that is a new column which we have created. I think everything looks good, and first half of the year and second half of the year have been correctly created. Remember, this is a calculated column, and this column is created in the calendar table. And if we go to the report page, and the report page has several visuals, is the stacked bar chart, and these are the various values which have been passed. And there is a slicer up top on the left hand side. And also there are some card visuals, and I've done some formatting as shown on the right. You can make changes, you can have your total and data labels and as such. And I've also created for the detail a new measure. So let us try to look at it. It's a very simple measure. So I wanted to show the miles also in the detail. So once we create that measure, commit to it and drag it into the details field, you have those miles also shown. So very simple thing. Based on your needs, you can make changes to the formatting. I'm just quickly showing you all those details. Also, I've added some card visuals also. And I mean, the only thing is I just wanted to make sure that report page has most of the information which is useful for the user. So as you can see here, this is one of the measures I just wanted to calculate. Whenever the column value is the first half, you want to store them in H1 steps. And that way we have those values there. We can create the same kind of a measure using the same logic, but flip it. And so you have those two measures up there, H1 steps, first half of the steps and second half of the steps. And for the another calculated column, and the logic little bit will be different. We are creating this new calculated column so that we can use these columns in our visuals. So this is again the calendar table. And as you can see, there is a day column there, which runs 1 through 31 based on the months. As we know, every month has different number of days. Some months have 31, some months have 30. If it is a leap year and not leap year, the number of days change in February also. So we have to keep that in mind. And earlier we have used different logic. So in this particular calculated column, we are trying to use generate series function. So instead of manually writing all the numbers, I just wanted to use the generate series. And we have a 1 through 15, that is first half of the month. For the second half, it's a little bit different logic. So what we have to do is, because every month the numbers are different, right? The number of days in a month are different. So what we have to do is we are going to start the range for the generate series from 16 as shown here. But for the other second part, we'll see with the second value, we will try to use the end of the month, and end of the month will give you the date so that if you enter 0, that will be for the current month. So this way we have the range, dynamically generated range values are there based on the selection, so that once we have that, the switch statement is again, we have repeated the same thing in the previous calculated column also. Once we have that, we have the semi month also is available. Let me go ahead and make changes here for both the calculated columns. As you can see, you have those two calculated columns. And let us go back to the second report page. Similar type of a report page, but we have swapped out the visual to ribbon chart. As you can see, as highlighted, and whenever you click on any kind of year slicer, month slicer there, month year, you are selecting a month, and your visual is also depicting the first half of the details. In our case, it is total steps, and the second half of the month. So that way, those things are shown. I think this is what we wanted. And I've gone ahead and added some measures. Based on your needs, you can add those measures. I'll quickly show them. We have created these measures in one of the previous videos. This is the rank by month measure, and this is the new rank function. So you can pause the video and look at the code, and you can, like I said, you can add any of those measures also. I just wanted to make sure that the report page has maximum details, and also added some title, conditional formatting, and let us try to search for it, current month versus previous. So I just wanted to show more details to the user. This is the measure which we have created in one of the previous videos, and we wanted to see the current month versus previous month comparison. And if it is high, it is a different kind of symbol, the icon rather. And if it is going compared to previous month, if it is lower, it's a different kind of icon. So based on your needs, you can make the changes. And I've also added another measure here, the number of days reach target. I think these measures, I feel that we have done already in one of the previous videos. We have created them. And the whole idea is we wanted to see the data in a different way. We have achieved that. We have seen the data semi-annual, where you see first half of the year and second half of the year. In the second report page, first half of the month and second half of the month. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.